Good morning, everyone. My name is Cynthia Green, coming to you live from beautiful Arizona. I hope everyone is doing good and thriving wherever you are. The topic I am choosing today is something that I used to struggle with a lot. I had issues with decision making ability. I would give myself so many options that I would have a hard time choosing. I have to analyze everything, make sure I see the outcome of each action. And then by the time everything was done, did I do any of it? No. I figured because I thought and thought it through, it was done. In reality, I thought about it, pictured it, imagined it, all the how to's, and didn't get to do them. So today's topic that I wanted to discuss is something that I had to learn late in life, but I did learn was how to make decisions quickly. One of the things that I don't have life coaches or anything, or didn't go to school or take courses. I read a lot of books. I read a lot of self help books. And one of the things that helped me a lot was the book by Mel Robbins, Let Them. It involved my get to do up and running. I would wonder how it would look where, you know, others' opinions of me doing something mattered to the point where I didn't do anything. I was stuck in non action mode because it mattered what others thought. And that book helped a lot. Let them. And one of the things that really encouraged me is how God sees us. We are individual, but yet one with God. He made us totally different from each other. So when He says, do not compare yourself to another or their walk in life, where does He say that? He says, choose. Each of us is to choose individually. That's why I've been doing choose a lot this last year. It's going to be a year soon. Why we are to choose, not comparing or the choices of others make. We may go along the same, we may go through the same courses and everything, but each individual comes with their own idea of how your voice is amazing, your presence is amazing. So God says in His word, choose. We in turn learn how. I had a hard time choosing in life because I was given an instruction on how to be by tradition, how to act like this this girl, this woman in a certain demographic or circumstance. But today I want to talk about how to's are amazing. I love how to's. I love to read, especially crocheting, how to create a. In fact, I'm almost done with one. How to bead. I was taught by mom how to bead dead. And how to read. I think I taught myself how to read. I wanted to learn to read um, in English. So I asked my brother to bring me his books from school that taught him how to read English. So I bugged my mom. What is this letter? And what it would sound. I remember doing the S and I traced it with my finger. That's the letter S. S. Oh. But action is something that I struggled with a lot. I was afraid to make a mistake because oof, growing up in a very small village with no electricity, running water, no clinic nearby, no doctors around, no stores. If you make a tiny mistake, it would cost you a trip, 45-minute airtime flight to town and maybe another half hour, an hour ride, finding a ride in an hour to the hospital clinic. That took a long time. And then if you needed surgery, you'd have to hop on a jet and go or charter. And that costs a lot. So it was very in depth. And so we were taught to be very careful in the choices we make in anything that we're doing because it costs a lot of time and effort and monetarily to travel it is expensive, and even today it is extremely expensive. So for me, learning to choose, I have to get options, analyze everything, make sure it's the right choice. That was ingrained. And for me to dwell in that decision, um, I find myself sometimes looking and analyzing and doing that again. And I don't take action for a while, and then I forget that I wanted to do that. There are days when I forgot, oh, I thought I wanted to do this. So, what I want to learn next in the next coming months, because half the year is gone, and the goals that I've set, I have not done most of them. So, half the year is gone. So, now time is dwindling in the year 2026. So, I wanted to do a podcast because I myself want to take up the reign of taking action. Taking action, people notice when you move, especially in a very tiny village. When you sit up and go, they go, they see movement and they're like, oh, like the nose goes up and they're wondering what you're doing. Yes, it can be when you're on you're the light on the top of the hill where God says you are a light, not to be hidden, but to be elevated. That is the action. So when we make a decision to do something, we move, and all of a sudden we're elevated, and everybody sees, and they go, oh, what is she doing? And so everybody sees, oh, she decided to do this and this and this. And they see, and it's hard to be proud of making a mistake, but you gotta learn to be humble. Yes, people will see and notice when you make a move. When you do anything in life, someone will see somebody doing something and they go, "Oh, what is that?" Either they want to learn what you're doing so they themselves pique their interest, they want to do that too. And so it's hard to be a pioneer in anything, especially when you don't have the confidence to actually do anything in life and make a mistake. Because when you're new, inevitably, mistake will come. You're going through the fiery furnace. In Isaiah, God says, I have chosen you to be afflicted in the furnace. So, yes. And then you get up, look around, see if anyone noticed. You go, oh, but somebody's always watching, especially in the village. Because, you know, if you get hurt or anything, they want to make sure that you're okay. So it's a good thing. And they are family and friends. So it's okay to learn. It's okay to show another your mistake, have how not to do anything. It's okay. So taking action, we have a choice. We have looked at all the options. We have looked at all the how to's of how it will look and everything and how much it will cost. Of course, it says in the Bible, count the cost before you do anything. Yes. But do take action so that you see Jesus shows us the way. He's the author and finisher of our faith. So he starts our faith and he's the finisher of it. There are many finished faith projects that Jesus has started in our lives. And he says, well, oh, next step, next faith walk. Isn't that amazing? When you have Jesus with you, it is amazing to wake up every day and go, ready, Jesus. What are we doing today for my faith walk to perform, which He set us up to do? That is amazing. So, choosing action. I remember when I first made my Afghan, I was learning, I chose that. I looked at that and I go, oh, I want to make a blanket. I started and it was all leaning one way. And I gave up on I don't know what happened to it. Probably got still stored, but it probably got thrown away. And then I started another and I have gotten better. So take heart. Be encouraged. David encouraged himself every morning. So one of the things before we take action in life is we have to learn to be good encouragers. Encourage yourself when you go set about making a decision that you know inevitably a mistake will be made, but that's okay. You have to choose to say, good job, brush off, let's do it again. And if somebody laughs, points their finger at you, oh my gosh, that's sunburn, your face turns beet red, and you bow your head and go, lift it up, look up from where your help comes from, which is God. He will say, come on, up and at him again. This time, you have a better ground. And yes, you may do it perfectly for the next 5 times, 6, 7 times. You fuck. I thought I learned how. I'm a seasoned beater, and I shouldn't be unraveling and redoing my beating again. But hey, these things do happen. You get distracted, you lose focus, and you go, just like I did today. I think I had to unravel my crocheting. I was like, what? This looks different. But taking action is key to learning anything in life. So when you're choosing your day, learn to take action by choice with intention. I will take action today. Why not today? Why not today, I say? Because the day will pass. 5 minutes will go by. An hour will pass. The whole day will go like the half the year has come and gone. 2026 and the next half will turn to 2027. So, one of the things that I would like to encourage you to do is to start. Start more than you can finish so that you learn that taking action is not a big deal after all. That it is perfectly fine to start and you don't have to finish everything that you start. You're allowed to change your mind and choose a different avenue or way of doing whatever you are doing or decide on doing. Decision making ability is what you learn by making so many decisions. Like, oh, and you learn how to make a decision. First, you set a goal. This is how it's done. Then you go, oh, this is not how it's done. Then you finally go zigzag all the way to completion. That's how life is. It's not a perfect A to Z. It is not perfectly done with every hair in place. And you get to the end all sweaty and dirty, and you go, reminds me of children playing in mud. As children, they have such joy. And mom goes, oh, laundry. The joy of doing things is up to you. You will find yourself satisfied that you actually did. So, I want to encourage you today to take action on what you're believing for. It does take belief to take action. It does take a picture of you doing it. It does take your perception to go, I can do that. Yes. You can read through a book. By the end of the year, you've read, if you read 5 minutes a day, by the end of the year, you've read the whole book. And you're like, wow, on just 5 minutes a day? Yes. And then you get encouraged, and then you do more. That's me in the process. I've made a goal of reading how many books a month, and I am finally finishing half of one, and I started another, and I'm partway done with that. And so my thing is, I stop and think and get stuck on thinking of that one word, and the book goes, "Mm." And I'm glad to say that this year's verse is Matthew 6:33. again for 15 years now. It's been Matthew 6:33. Seek, I don't know why I skipped but I did. Seek you first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added to you. I'm on the word shall. I always like to say it is the dash between when you were born and when you no longer are on earth. In between the birth and the end is the word shall. It shall come to pass. Yes, days come to pass, and we still have learned the habit of procrastination by practicing. We are such good practicers. We have learned procrastination like it's an art with us. The opposite is also true. We learn to take action, and where the Bible says, be quick of feet. We learn to be quick of feet. We learn to forgive quickly, taking action, deciding. We learn to quickly forgive. I forgive. We learn to quickly forget, move on. We learn to delegate by that decision making ability. We learn to delegate. We don't hang on. We don't hoard. We learn to give with that decision making ability. We've learned to give praise where it's due, give encouragement where it's due, giving thanks to God. We learn to do all that when we practice decision making ability because we know by hour how finite time is, how 24 hours is, how we have time to do this and this and this. If we decide to do something, it teaches us to number our days like God says to do. God says, number your days. We learn to number our days by that one thing, learning the habit of decision making ability. It's an ability you can respond well to. You learn to respond well. It teaches you to respond well. The very action of doing teaches you these habits that create the outcome that you didn't even realize a benefit came from it. It has sisters and brothers and cousins, and you're like, wow, there's joy. I'm going off track, but I want to encourage you today. Take action. Even though it may not seem like it's the right time, it's the wrong season. Like when the kings are in and it's fishing, you have to be right on it. You have to learn to be. You have you have to have been prepared for that. Your nets can't be all tore up or still in storage. When the kings hit, you gotta be there. When the fish hit, you have to have your net all set up, your boat cleaned out, the motor running, gas. All these take planning. Yes, you learn all that by seeing something and practicing. You go out in the boat and oh, I forgot to put gas in the other. Mm. Next time you learn not to be in such a hurry. Next time you learn when the tide is in, you are ready for that tide and you're zooming. That's fishing. But yes, taking action is scary. I have to admit, when I first learned to skate, It was terrifying. I was so terrified of falling. Then after I first fell, you learn how to fall. But anyways, yes, taking action does terrify a lot of people because they fall and bruise themselves and sometimes they get hurt and may take a minute to heal. Yes, that is why we were told to be very careful. Don't go on the ice at first ice forming because it's too thin. Can't walk on it. We learn these things. So be mindful how to do something. You study to be diligent, study to show thyself approved. These are God's words. He says, study to show thyself approved. And then when you have studied, then don't be afraid to take the action. First day you fall. First million you make, you lost it. First 100 you make, where'd it go? Yes. All of life, God says, live abundantly, live joyfully. So we are to do that. Whatever we put our hand to do, God says, I am with you. Commit thy works unto God. How do we commit action? By focus, by intention. We seek God. We look up towards the hill where your help comes from. God, what do you think? I am about set to do this. He'll go, well, da 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 da. And you're like, well, I everything is in place. I got the phone, I got the internet, I got the laptop, I got everything is in place, but where am I? God can't find me in front of the laptop. God can't find me. What we decided, what we discussed. And he's like, well, wasn't committed. Learn to choose commitment in your life. What do you mean choose? Take action on that word. The whole year I've been talking about, well, not the whole year yet. It will be soon though. Several more months till fall. Choosing with intention the word that you want to practice in life, you become it. You become that word that you chose. Then practice comes. It becomes a habit without thought. So when something comes along, you have practiced that, there's a boundary. It sets up a standard. You'll learn that by the action you took on that. Yes, it was, and maybe it was painful, maybe it wasn't. But that is life. And time does pass. 2025 came and went. 2026 is halfway done. Pretty soon it'll be 2027. The decisions you make today will create the future of your tomorrow. Will it be better for you if you learn this now for your tomorrow? It's up to you. Whatever choices you make, that you commit to God, show up, take action. It's between you and Him. Discuss it with God. He will never lead you astray down the wrong road. He will make and comfort you when you make a mistake. God, that was a horrible mistake. Why and how? In my haste, I hurried up and made a terrible mistake. I said something I shouldn't have. I put my foot in my mouth and I hurt somebody terribly. Life is life. Live it abundantly, with joy, with vitality. What encourages you to wake up every morning? Is it a big dream or a little one? Beware the little foxes, God says. Same thing when you think it may be a little thing, but it grows and compounds and it becomes a beautiful thing. And you're like, I did that. Oh, I forgot. God showed me how. God helped me through the mistakes. God helped encourage me and comforted me in my walk when I fell down and bruised my. Oh, I forgot. God taught me. So do take action today. Do the one thing that you've been wanting to do. Yes, list it down. Yes, peruse it, study it, count the cost, get up and go. I'm ready. Let's do it. So I hope this encouraged you to take action today because time will pass anyways. You won't stay the age you are now 10 years from now, a year from now, next month from now, you'll be a month older. How long have I been on here? Yes, time is passing. Let us make decisions, choose life today. How God says, choose, because He is our encourager. He is our God that shows us how to be, how to, all those things. He teaches us what gives you joy. He says, I am delighted. I am a father. And when my righteous children, I am so happy over my righteous children. He will be glad to show you how. He will be glad to assist in any way to see his will for us, his plans for us are so good. Yes, you learn to make decision making ability by doing something. He will show you, hey, I didn't ask you to do that. You go, oh, sorry, I repent. Now that those things do happen. But if you didn't take any action, you're like a car full of gas parked in your garage, never being utilized. You take the bus, you walk with a car parked in your driveway, garage, or somewhere, not being used, but you do have it. Take action, learn to drive, get your license, learn all those laws and rules and how others drive. But yes, this segment and on my choosing action, it becomes a habit. You learn by doing best. How to's are great. They are a guide how to do anything They are a guide you YouTube and shows you, and then you do it. The first one may not be perfect. The second one may not be as good. Third, fourth, fifth, 100 times, it may finally at 1,000 show up to be the one. But if you didn't take that first step, 1,000 no's. If you didn't take that 1,000 no, you finally wouldn't get that yes. So learn something today that encourages you to do those things that God called you to do. I have called you. Learn what He has called you to do and study to show thyself approved and do those things. Thank you for listening. Thank you for spending time with me. Again, I hope to see you next time. Have a great day.